and then I will hand over to Cassidy, who's going to be doing the training for us. Thanks, Cassidy, for joining us today.
It might be Neve. Neve is that you?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. I can give the training, yeah, that's no problem.
The thing is, Cassidy is still trying to find the PowerPoint for AOR app. So
while let me quickly
just
share while we wait for, we can quickly just, I can quickly just go through. Oh, there we go. Cassidy has just joined us. But while she gets ready, okay, so welcome to the call, Neve, as well. Thank you for joining us. So today we're going to talk about the two ARIIX apps, and then we've got the compensation plan, second part of the compensation plan by Omar on Friday, and we've got another question and answer session on Monday. So I really need questions that you guys have come across. I think something that keeps on coming up, which I think we can need to discuss, is the role of the preferred customers, because we didn't have a retail model before. So I think that is something that we can discuss. But if there's anything else that you guys would like to discuss on Monday, it's a question and answer session, but I need the questions before the time so that we can get the right people on the call. So please note, so that is for Monday. So please send me all your questions that you can't find on the FAQs, so that we can address them on Monday. Because I'm excited to announce that we've been seeing some excitement around in all the markets. There's a lot of trainings going on with the leaders have started. We've started to see momentum happening in the field. So I'm very excited about it. People are embracing our new normal. So I'm very excited about that. So without any further ado, I'm welcoming Cassidy on the call, and then Neve on the call today as well. So Cassidy, thank you for joining us. I will hand over to you. Cassidy, we can see you.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you as well.
Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Okay, are we ready to get started? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be talking about two different things today. One of my roles at ARIIX is I get to be involved in a lot of our mobile app development. So sales works with the field to come up with the best tool that they think they need to help them better build a business. And then I get to take those ideas and help turn them into something real that we can touch and feel. So today we'll be talking about two different mobile applications that ARIIX has to offer its representatives. The first is called ARIIX Connect, which is a business management app. And then the second one is our reward program app. So this one is specific to ARIIX Opportunity Rewards, or the AOR program. So give me 1 second while I pull up my presentation. Okay, can we see what's going on the screen?
Yes, we can, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So ARIIX Connect is a business management app. So what we found is with a lot of these younger generations, they're not hopping on their computer or their laptop every day. They're using their business on the go and building their business on the go. So we needed to create an app that would let them share product information, manage their auto delivery, shop, access video content, all from their phone while they're traveling. So that is the origin of ARIIX Connect. It's been around for a couple years now, and we're constantly adding new features and functionality to it to make it the best tool that it can possibly be. So first, let's talk about some of the pages. I'm not showing you the actual app right now. We'll just go through these screenshots just to make it a little bit smoother. But one of the most important features of ARIIX Connect is a news page. So anything new that's going on in the company, and this is market specific. So whatever country you're sitting in, the news will be relevant to you and will be in your language. ARIIX Connect is translated into all of the languages that ARIIX officially supports to give you the best experience possible. So on the news page, you'll find examples of hey, there's a business building call tonight. Here's all the information that you need to call in. Or we launched a new product, or we have a new promotion going on, or here's an event that's happening. So that's kind of that top section of the news page. And then in the bottom, we have this section we called in the press. So anytime that ARIIX is featured in the press, so press releases, in the news, anywhere, all of our PR goes in that section there. So that's interesting just to see what's going on, what people are saying about ARIIX in the public. And it's a good way to keep up with the company and all the cool things that we have going on there. So another really interesting functionality for ARIIX Connect is called the Media Library. So that's this second screen that you see over here. And what that does is that houses information that our sales teams believe are really good for prospecting or sharing with friends and family that you want to introduce to ARIIX as the business, or your customers that you want to share more product information about too. So at the top, actually in that very top bar right next to where it says Media Library, you have a little magnifying glass. So this is important. Anywhere in this app where a magnifying glass shows up, that is a search button. So if you tap on that magnifying glass, you can search by any keyword or term, very similar to a Google search. So if you're looking for content on Slenderize and you type in Slenderize, it will pull up everything, videos, PDFs, social media assets that are related to that search term. So that works really well if you don't know exactly what it is you're looking for. So underneath that media library section, we have what we call the favorites. So if you find that you are returning over and over again to the same tools, maybe there's a certain product PDF that you love to share over and over again, instead of having to navigate through and find it every time, there is a way on the individual product page or PDF where you can, there's a little red heart that you can tap, and then it will pop into your favorite. Sorry, more technical difficulties. It will pop right into your favorites. So that's another way that you can manage all the favorite tools that you're returning to over and over again in that spot right there. And I think it can hold about 10 different favorites. So as you add more, some of the older ones will fall off automatically, and a lot of people find that helpful. So within the media library, we don't have every single marketing tool or sales asset that ARIIX has created. All of that in its full capacity sits in the library in the back office, or the X office library. But these tools that are here are catered more towards prospecting. So they're short, they're simple, they're sweet, and they're really easy to send and deliver a message across. So that's what is focused on in the media library in ARIIX Connect. Okay, so this goes in a little bit more detail about what I just talked about in the media library. So for example, if you click on Nutrify as a brand and you see all of the content that pertains to Nutrify, let's say you clicked on this product PDF about Vinali, let's talk about these little icons that you'll see over here on the right. So at the top, you have that heart that I talked about. If you tap the heart, this product PDF on Benali will jump to your favorite section so that you can reference it really quickly and easily over and over again. This little, the icon of the eye right below there will take you to the actual document. So this is just a preview page. If you tap the eye, it will pull up the actual PDF so that you can review it, make sure it's something that you actually want to be sharing. This link icon below here will just copy the link to your clipboard. So if you, there's a million different reasons why you'd want to copy a link, but that is what that icon does right there. And then this paper airplane at the bottom, that is specifically catered towards prospecting and sharing information, and actually has a tracking feature associated with it so that you can share information with friends and family. You can actually see if they've opened a PDF or started to watch a video, and then you can do your follow-up right through the app. So let's talk a little bit more about what that looks like. So once you tap the share button, you have to tag that share. So you just type in a little description, like I see Neve is on this call. So I'm sharing a Benali PDF, and I'll just say like Neve's cell phone or something like that. Just something that will help me remember what the share is. After that, a message box will pop up from the bottom, and all of the native share functionality that you have enabled on your phone. So this has to do with your specific device. So you can send a link through a text message, through email. You can send through any of the social media that you have set up on your phone. So if you like to use WhatsApp or you use WeChat or Facebook, you can send these links directly through those platforms as well. So you just select the platform that you'd like to use to share, and then you can customize a message. So what the app will automatically do is include a link. So let's say we're talking about that Benali PDF. The app will automatically create a link exactly to that PDF. So when they click it, it will pop up, and then you can customize your message. Hey, Neve, I was thinking about you and the allergies that you suffer from during this time of year. I thought that this product would be something really interesting for you to look into. Please check it out. Okay, send my message. So then you see this little icon down here in the bottom. It's kind of like a graph or a chart icon. That's what we call the activity section of ARIIX Connect. So if you jump into that activity section, it shows all the times that you have shared something outside of the app. So because I said Neve's cell phone, that's what would show up here in this section, and then that little eyeball indicates whether or not someone has opened your PDF or started to watch your video. It shows the time that you shared it, and also how many times it was viewed, and the time that it was last or most recently viewed by that individual person. So the more you share, this filter up here changes. So within the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, etc. So what you can do is after you share, you can pop into the app every once in a while. As soon as you see a green check mark instead of that red X, you know that it's been viewed, and then you can easily go and follow up with that person you shared the information with. So that's the prospecting side or the activity side of ARIIX Connect. So now let's talk about business management. And this really is why the app was created, is the most frequently used section and functionality in the app. So we are constantly adding new business features to the app. This presentation, I think we might have even added 2 or 3 since it was created, but let's talk about some of the things that you can do. So right here, this icon is for your dashboard, and this will take you to your X-Office dashboard where you can see and access a lot of the reports that you have available to you there. I'm jumping through this short and sweet, but we can make these tools and presentations available to you in the X-Office library for you to refer back to. So another thing that you can do is you can enroll directly from the app. So you can enroll either a new preferred customer or a new representative and take you through that process directly. You can access the shopping cart. So if you want to shop or you want to show someone the shopping cart on your phone, that's how you access it. You can make changes to your auto delivery. So if you want to switch products in and out, this is such an easy, quick way to navigate straight there. You can send smart links. So smart links it probably requires a training in and of itself, but smart links allows you to set up a unique link to a specific product or pack and send it out to someone so that they bypass the whole shopping experience. Let's say I was talking to Neve about her allergies and the Venali product. I could set up a smart link directly to Venali, and it basically sends a shopping cart to Neve. She puts in her information and checks out. She doesn't have to navigate through and try to find product. So that's another really cool feature that ARIIX has to offer. And then you can get directly to your X office as well. So any sort of business management that we have not included a direct link to, you can get to the full X office experience through this app as well. So I know since we created this presentation, we've added 2 or 3 specific reports, like a growth report, that you can, we know people are accessing the most frequently, and then also direct link to lifestyle perks. So one of our other rewards programs as well. So that's the business management function and section of ARIIX Connect. Now let's talk a little bit about the settings. So this might seem like the boring part of the app, but it's actually very, very important and is a really cool piece of technology that I want to go through very quickly. So this is an example of an account, your account, my account. So these different options here allow you to view the app and the library content in different languages and cater to different markets. So where this comes into play is if you are talking to people about the business outside of the country that you live in. If I'm in the US, I'm trying to talk to someone or prospect in Mexico, I have the ability to change the media library content to be the Spanish version that's specific to Mexico so that I can be sharing information specific to these people outside of the app. So the display language is just the language that I'm viewing the app in, okay? I speak English, so I'm going to make my display language English. However, you can make it any of the languages that ARIIX supports. The default market media. So this is in the media library, what market that media is going to show up for. So it's specific to Mexico, it's specific to France, specific to Greece, what have you. And then the default media language is what language I'm seeing that media in. So sometimes, let's use Europe, for example. We could say, okay, default market media is Europe, and then the default media language is French. So I want to see stuff that has been regulatory approved for Europe, and I want to see it in French. So you have a lot of different combinations that you can select there, but that section is really catered towards people who are sharing about the business outside of their own country. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to share about that section. There is another functionality that we just added to ARIIX Connect that I will go through very briefly as well. So as a lot of you know, I'm sure, before and after photos or transformation stories are the most powerful sales tool that we have and that we can share with people to tell them about our experience, other people's experience with the product, to get them excited and introduce them in a very soft and approachable way to the business. So what we've done in ARIIX Connect is we've actually created an entire section that we call our transformation platform. And this allows people to upload either before and after photos or a photo that indicates or is indicative of the transformation that they've experienced, and they can share their story. So it's kind of like a social media platform, but without a lot of the interaction that goes on there. So the reason that we've created this platform is because if I'm talking to my neighbor about slender eyes and he's a 50-year-old male, I personally am not going to have a story that will resonate with that neighbor. However, someone else in the business, I'm sure, has a story, a transformation story, weight loss story about a 50-year-old male. And so if we are uploading transformation stories about us, about our customers, about our prospects, then we can leverage the collective power of the other representatives in ARIIX to help each other build the business. And this has proven to be a really powerful and frequently used part of ARIIX Connect. We found that ARIIX can spend all day long creating sales tools that we think will be effective and we think will resonate with the field. And a lot of that stuff is true. There's some great sales tools that have come out, but really the real stories from the real people are what are the most effective. So I'll just jump through this really quickly. I don't want to take too much time. But the transformation platform, when you land on it, it is this middle icon here in ARIIX Connect. You see all the videos that have videos, photos, stories that have been posted. There's a top story section, so that algorithm detects stories that have been shared the most during the week, and it populates them up there so you can see kind of around the world what are the most popular stories that are being shared. And then we've also added in some filters that let you filter. So if I only want to see stories in English from the United States, I can filter that way. If you only want to see stories in French, you can filter that way so that you are getting content that is most applicable to you and the type of information that you're trying to share. We also have several different categories that the stories can fall into. So weight loss, wellness, skincare, lifestyle. This is like purity if you have an experience with lifestyle perks, and then personal development. So personal development is actually really cool because that concept is, okay, I joined ARIIX. I was really afraid to speak in front of a crowd. I went to my first event. My leader worked with me, and now I'm giving my own events and speaking all the time, and it's really changed my life in a non-product related way. So that's what that category is. You can add your story, a description of your story, your before and after photos or videos, or you can create a collage of a before and after. There's a lot of flexibility here, and then you can post directly to the app. And then what that does is it just goes into the mix. You also have the ability to just post it so it's visible for only your team. So if you want to keep content only within your team, that's okay too, and you can just check that box there, and that will not be made, those posts will not be made public. So again, we talked about sharing, the sharing functionality in the media library. That same functionality applies here to transformation posts. So you can choose to share it with a prospect, and you go through that same sharing process through text, email, social media, etc. Copies a link, you write a personal message, and then you can track whether or not that information has been viewed. So this just goes through a few more of the icons. And that is it. That was the short and sweet version. So that's ARIIX Connect, including our transformation platform. And then very briefly, I will take you through the AOR app and what is going on there. And I think that I can just touch on it very briefly. And then if I forget anything, if Neve is joining this training, then she can talk through that as well. So let me just pull up that part of the presentation. Okay, so ARIIX Opportunity Rewards is one of two rewards programs that ARIIX has. So ARIIX Opportunity Rewards is really an incentive program. It was created because we knew that people are individuals and they're motivated by very different things. And maybe one person is motivated by a cruise to the Bahamas with the owners, and that's exciting. But maybe someone doesn't love to be out in the sun and they would rather have a designer handbag or a down payment on a vehicle or something like that. So we created ARIIX Opportunity Rewards to really open up the doors on our incentive program so that people can be coming up with, you know, what's on your vision board, your dream board, what drives you, what motivates you. And this is really innovative in the industry. So there is a currency in this reward program that's called opportunity credits, ARIIX Opportunity Credits, or you often hear us refer to it called OCs. And first we'll talk a little bit about how you can spend those OCs or opportunity credits, and then we will talk about how you earn them. And all of this is managed within a specific app. So when you go into the App Store, you have two jobs today. First, you download ARIIX Connect. That's the business management app we just went through. And then you download ARIIX Opportunity Rewards. If you just search ARIIX in either the App Store or the Google Play Store, both of these apps will come up, and they're both available for Apple and Android. So that's your homework for today, is go download these apps, and it's pretty simple to navigate through them. So the first way to spend opportunity credits is through the Win It section of the app. So this is lucky draw. So I can enter 1 credit, I could enter 100,000 credits, and every month or every quarter, we're giving away something different. So sometimes it can be cash. This quarter, we're giving away 1,000 USD value to our jewelry program so that you can create a custom piece that is valued at 1,000 USD. So it's always changing, it's always different, and people win all the time just by entering 1 credit. So that's the Win It section. The Give It section has to do with charity. So every single market supports their own charity, and the money is donated to the ARIIX Foundation for Human Potential. So that's a legitimate 501c3 organization. It goes there, and then the Partners Council and the leaders in each market, they select a charity that resonates with them and their reps and what they care about. And then that money at the end of each year goes to that specific charity. So that's a really cool way for you to get involved if you aren't necessarily associated with a charity yourself. The Get It section, this is a really cool feature of this program. So we assign a value to different items that we put up in the Get It section, and they're always changing so that we can keep it fresh. But things you'll see in there are smartphones, gaming systems, Dyson vacuums. There's so many different things. ARIIX gift cards that you can use to redeem product or to spend within our lifestyle perks programs. There's so many different things that when you earn these credits, you can spend in this Get It section. And then the Dream It is really the most disruptive or innovative part of this program. So if you are a chairperson title and above, you can go into the Dream It section of the app and you can propose anything that you can think of, like literally anything. So we've had people that have said, okay, I want you to sponsor my visa to come live in the United States for my whole family. Okay, great. So what we do is we say, okay, what is the perceived or the cost today of that item? And then we have an algorithm that says, okay, based on your performance over the years, you have X amount of time to earn it, and it will cost you this amount of credits. So what people do is they bank their credits, don't spend them. And then at the end of that period of time, if they have it, the correct amount, then we reward them with whatever they chose. We've had people take their families to Disneyland, people that we've put down payments on vehicles, like literally anything you can think of. This Dream It section gets you there. So let's talk very briefly about how you earn opportunity credits. And I realize we are just dumping information on you guys today. So if you have questions, all of these materials presentations are available in your back office library. And also you can reach out to your leadership. They can get in contact with me, and I'm happy to do trainings for teams or really help you start to understand this stuff. So there are 9 different ways that you can earn opportunity credits through the AOR program. And rather than go through every single one, I will talk about it rather generally. So all the business building activities that you are already doing is how we reward and assign credits through this program. So things like being on auto delivery. Every time that you have an auto delivery process and receive product every month, you get opportunity credits. When you buy tickets to attend corporate events, we give you opportunity credits. When you enroll new people, if you achieve the power of 4. So you enroll 4 people in your first 8 weeks, like we give you credits for that. And then this one, grow your total pay line, your total pay line volume is the most impactful way that you have to earn credits. So whatever your baseline was over the past 6 months, and I believe we calculated that for the folks coming over from Mavi as well. If you grow over that baseline over the next 6 months, you get a huge influx of credits. So if you're growing, you're building the business, this is where you're going to earn the most credits, and you're going to be able to really take advantage of the program and all the cool things that we have there to offer. So this was a bit of a whirlwind going through this information, but I really hope, what I'm hoping that you take away from this training and conversation is that we have 2 mobile apps, and we have these as mobile apps so that you have them on your phone. You can reference them regularly when you're on the go, and take advantage of this technology. So find these presentations in the back office and dive into them a little bit. Our customer service is really well trained on both of these technologies and can totally help you get through them. But that is a little bit about ARIIX apps, and we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much, Cassidy. Guys, if you have any, so there's a question, can we have the app to have Singapore and in English? So that's from Andy. So to my understanding, it's already in English. And because we're not officially open, we service Singapore by delivering products there. We don't have it officially, we don't have it in Cantonese. But it is available in English for the Singapore market.
Yeah, so Maki, you're on here. Maybe we can take a note. So some of the countries that ARIIX hadn't previously supported, like Singapore, we have to assign you to what we call a parent market. So maybe Singapore, if you want the English version, will connect you with Australia or whatever the closest English-speaking market is to you. I'm sure there's several different countries that will have to do that. So once you download the app, you should be able to access it. What I'll need to figure out is what media library you will see. So Maki, let's take a note that we need to assign parent markets to some of these countries we didn't previously support. But then you will have access to any of those languages that are in there. So, you know, traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, English, all of those are in there.
Okay, thank you, Andy. That's great. Any other questions, guys? Doesn't look like it. So just a reminder, so thank you very much, Nee, for joining, and thank you very much, Cassidy, doing the training for us. Just if you, this recording, I will put it up on the YouTube training platform for us. So it will be there later tonight still. If you've got any additional queries, will there be, so yes, Mona, we will organize training for SmartLinks. I think that was that is part of the things that we can discuss on Monday. So we'll talk about SmartLinks and we'll talk about preferred customers. So those are the first 2 topics that we will tackle next Monday. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you, Maki, for once again for organizing this. Have a good day, everybody, and a good evening. And thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.